This is the example Roman numeral 4 letter D from the 6.2 notes. It is not included. Obviously, if you watch the previous video for lesson 6.2 notes, this one problem was left off of that. So I'll just include this one problem as a separate video instead of redoing the whole thing. So this is a lot like what you're going to do in the last set of problems. Let me get a page for you here. This would be like page 387, problems 32 to 37. And these are maybe a little more involved than what you did on the problems on page 386, but it's the same principle of trying to come up with a common base. Right now, if you look on the left side, the base of the exponent is 2/3. On the right side, the base of this exponent is 27/8. So we've already talked about in the previous examples for lesson 6.2 that this common base technique means that we have to come up with a way, if there is a way, of rewriting these expressions so that they have the same base. Okay, so in this particular case, I'm going to stick with the base of 2/3 for this left side. And if you recognize that really 27/8, you kind of have to investigate this a little bit. Notice that 3 to the third is 27, and 2 to the third is 8. So what that means is if we flip this over and then raise it to the third, we would have this. Okay, so we can use this 2/3 base, but to make it equal to 27/8, I'm going to need to flip it over, which means I need a negative exponent, and then I can raise it to the third power. Okay, so do you see how 2/3 to the negative makes it 3/2, and then 3/2 to the third would equal 27/8. All right, so all I've done so far is found another way of writing 27/8 so that it uses the same base as what is being used over here. And so I'm just going to bring down this exponent. And once you get to common bases, like we have here, then you're essentially just solving for x by using the exponents. So the exponent on the left side, 5x plus 1. You do have to be careful here. This exponent is actually going to become negative 3x plus 12, because remember, when one power is raised to another, you multiply those powers together. And so I needed to distribute negative 3 to both of those terms. And now I'm just going to solve for x like we're used to doing. So if I add 3x and I subtract 1 and then divide by 8, I get my final answer, which is 11/8. Okay, so that gives you one sample of the type of problems that you're going to do on page 387, problems 32 through 37. All right, and that concludes now the notes examples for lesson 6.2. I hope that helps you be able to do the homework problems successfully. If you have any questions, let me know.